I'll be doing a video about some of my favorite things that I found in April and that I used in April. And I know Conan Gray did a lot of videos like this, and I thought they were super cute and wanted to try one. So here we go. The first category that I'm going to do is clothes. The first article of clothing that I loved in April were these cute red shorts. I love the pleat detail by the pockets and the high waist and the really big legs. Super cute. It reminds me of like an explorer, like Indiana Jones, but also like grandma, so like grandma explorer, and I love it. I also love the red color. I usually don't think red is a color that looks good on me, but these I think are super summery and I'm really excited to wear them more. The next article of clothing is this super cute red dress. Something about red this month. It's a retro style dress with a halter top, and it has these really cute polka dots on it, which I absolutely love. I think everyone needs a red dress or jumpsuit or a pair of shorts. It's super summery, and I'm thinking if we're allowed to have 4th of July parties, this is definitely going to be the dress for it. Last piece of clothing that I absolutely loved this April was this jean jacket. It is just a jean jacket, but I absolutely love the wash. It's a slightly light wash, and the fit is slightly tapered at the waist, and then it gets bigger, almost like a Letterman jacket. I think I'm inspired by the 80s this month, but it just reminds me of Breakfast Club. I actually originally bought this for my brother at a Salvation Army, but it was way too small on him because he is 6 inches taller than me, and as you can see, it fits me and clearly would not fit him. Now onto music. So this month I had a lot of time to listen to music because I was in quarantine and doing homework. I'm always wanting to listen to music. The first song that I really loved, I think I loved it all the way back in March, was Daddy Issues by The Neighborhood. I think it's becoming popular again. This album came out a couple years ago, and also has Sweater Weather on it, but it just gets me in my feels, you know? And it's a great song, so I definitely recommend if you're just wanting to like vibe and be sad. The next song is You Make Me Wanna Die, and it is by the Shivas, and it has a really great 50s vibe, like the kind of backbeat of 50s, and I definitely listened to this song while wearing that red dress and in the car. Another sad song, I think we all were struggling in April. It's called It's Over by Ethan Jewell, and it's kind of like Pogo Johnson and that kind of like poetry-esque lyrics. I really like it. It's very vibey. My next song, these are a bunch of throwback songs, is My Sweet Lord by George Harrison. The guitar is really nice. It makes you feel warm and fuzzy, and the song has a very inclusive message, which I think we can all benefit from, especially during present situation, but definitely recommend. Diamonds on the Soles of Her Shoes by Paul Simon. It's very upbeat. It makes you want to dance, so this is a really good song for just like dancing in your room, jumping on your bed. The next song is Touch Me by The Doors, and in April I had a whole Doors phase. I mean, we're all in a Doors phase, don't lie. But I would just listen to The Doors every day, and this song makes me want to dance again, like the previous song. But like as soon as you hear the first measure, you just want to like dance in your seat. I think it's the saxophone. It really does it. But great song, definitely recommend. The next song is Running Up That Hill, A Deal with God by Kate Bush. This one is a little odd, not like any of the other ones. It's an 80s song, and it has that 80s synth. And honestly, I think it's coming back because I hear it in a lot of pop songs, but this song just seems very timeless and great. I just love it. I put all these songs on a playlist, and I'm gonna put it in the description, so check it out if you want to. Definitely recommend all of these songs. It is so hot. I just turned my fan off because it makes a loud noise. And I'm like sticking to my chair right now, and I have my door open. Jeez. It's like 77 degrees outside. Everyone from the southern state is laughing at me right now, but man, it's the first warm week we've had. I'm not complaining, but a little bit. My favorite shows in April. I feel like I got in sort of a rut. I looked all over Netflix and all I could find were horror movies, and my family doesn't appreciate it when I offer a movie and it's a horror movie because that's all I offer up. But I did watch 2 shows that I absolutely love and have loved for a long time, but have gotten into again. First one, Star Wars: The Clone Wars. I love Star Wars. And whenever they said they were going to make another season, I was so excited. I could not wait. The day that it came out, the first episode came out, I watched it. And every Friday was like so exciting. And it's over and I'm very sad, but it was great. So I watched that every Friday in April, and I rewatched a couple episodes, and I think I'm gonna rewatch them in French to practice because I need practice. And the second show that I watched a lot in April was Parks and Recreation, and I watched their special episode that they did. It was amazing, but I watched it when I was younger and I don't think I understood a lot of the characters, but now I relate to some of the characters and I know people who are like some of the characters, and it's much funnier. But I watched that again, and I have, I think, 3 more episodes left in the last season, and I don't want to watch it because I don't want it to be over, but I'll just rewatch it again. And now for books. I didn't read a lot of books in April. Not great. I read them for school. But the 2 books that I would recommend are these 2 that I read. First one is The Institute, and it's by Stephen King, and it's a good book, I think, to start reading Stephen King because it's not scary. This book is more sci-fi. It's about kids who are kidnapped because they have special abilities, and they go to this institution and they're trying to help save the world, but they don't know that. And it's a hefty book, but I finished it a couple days ago. It's really good. It's not a hard read, so pretty much anyone can read this book, but would definitely recommend. It's a page turner for sure. The next book I'm currently reading right now, it's for school, but is The Great Gatsby, and it's a modern classic, and some people have very strong opinions about it, some of them not very good, but I love this book. If you enjoy period books, it takes place in the 1920s, and it makes you feel like you're there. The descriptive language that F. Scott Fitzgerald uses is so elaborate, and you really feel like you're there, and it's a great story, great movie as well. Every version of the movie is good, and I would definitely recommend it. No spoilers, but it's a great book. Now I have just a couple random things that I can't really put into categories. The first one is this apricot face wash from St. Ives, and I've used the off-brand Target kind for probably a year, and it is a really great exfoliator, but this one, it works the same, but I think it smells better, and I just got it at the drugstore, and it's amazing. Like, if you want a good exfoliator, I use it about every other day. This is great. Not sponsored, but would definitely recommend St. Ives. I haven't been wearing makeup a lot at all this quarantine. I mean, I'm wearing some now because I'm making a video, but it's kind of freeing. Like, haven't touched my makeup in 2 months, and whenever I go out, seldom when I go out to do groceries, I'm not self-conscious about it really, and I think that's good. I think that's something good that's going to come out of this quarantine, is that people are maybe realizing that it doesn't really matter what other people think. Like, this is a pandemic. Looking good is like the least of people's worries at this point. Sorry, I went off on a tangent there. Back to what I was saying. The next thing is not an object, but an activity. Something I've recently been doing is staying up late. On school nights, I usually would stay up till like 11 or 12 because I cannot wake up. It's a problem. Like, when I say that a fire alarm wouldn't wake me up, it's true. Like, I sleep like the dead. But recently, since school is online and I can basically do the work whenever I want, I have been staying up till very late, staying up till the morning. But I haven't done this. I used to do it in the summer, but with dance, I can't really do it. But I've been staying up till like 2 or 3 in the morning, and I don't do anything productive, but it's just like the feeling of having no one else in the house awake. It's interesting. It makes me feel like the day is longer, even though it's not. I just like it. And I have a feeling that when I have to get up early again, that it's gonna be a struggle to go to bed at a regular time. But I'll work on it. I'm a self-motivated person, but it wavers. My inspiration is fleeting. And so I'll be like, yes, I'm gonna get this done and get this done. Yeah, I'm gonna do everything. And then 10 minutes later, I'm like, do I want to? I think I'd rather just take a nap. So I was worried that I would not be able to self-regulate and create a schedule that I can get my stuff done, but I haven't had a problem with getting my work done. It's just I don't want to, because I'm like, oh, it's so nice outside. I could be going for a walk. I could be doing this, and then I'm not doing my work. But I mean, I can do my work outside, which is amazing, and I really love that I can do it on my own time. And like, I can eat lunch while I'm working, and I can eat lunch when I want and eat what I want. And I think it's fun. It's just different. That's what I'm trying to say, is that quarantine is different, and whatever you get out of it, try to make it positive. Try to see the positive things in this scenario, because I mean, it's a hard time. Last thing is another thing that's not an object, but kind of an activity. I've created a Pinterest board that has all of my dream house ideas on it, which is silly. Like, that's not anything to talk about, but it's just very fun, I think, to like find pictures and things, and like you can kind of create it in your mind and be like, oh yeah, I want to take this aspect from this building and here. And I don't exactly know where I want to live whenever I'm an adult, but I think somewhere in between country and the city, because I like both. I want to live on a farm, but I also want to live in New York City. But I've been like pinning things that have like beautiful like staircases and like plants overflowing everywhere, and beautiful gardens and bathrooms with big windows and clawfoot bathtubs. And my boyfriend does not agree with me on most of those things, but this quarantine has also kind of made me realize that I can't take my time with my friends for granted, because I haven't seen them in 2 months. I can text them, and I just sent letters, but as soon as this quarantine is over, like, I told myself I'm not going to waste time and like whatever, like maybe I'll hang out with them. Like, no, whenever I have free time, I'm just going to hang out with the people that I love. You never know when something like this is going to happen and when you're going to see them again, and you can't take your time for granted. And that's another thing that I learned from this quarantine. That was the video, and it was just a couple things that got me through quarantine in April, and I recommend all of them. I hope you check them out. Again, music is in the description. Like if you liked the video, and subscribe if you want. Be kind to people, the planet, and most importantly, yourself.